Well, hi everybody and welcome to the Horsfall Stadium for today's FA Trophy second round match between Bradford Park Avenue and Farsley Celtic in their eagerly awaited West Yorkshire derby. As we wait for the teams to emerge from the tunnel. And the teams emerge from the tunnel here at the Horsfall Stadium, walking onto the AstroTurf here in West Yorkshire. This is, of course, a West Yorkshire derby. 7 miles, 1 place and 1 point separate the two sides as we go into this FA Trophy clash. Farsley Celtic supporters have travelled at the short journey into Bradford. And your lineups are as follows for Bradford Park Avenue. Just the one change with Simon Richmond coming in for Adam Novakovsky, who's unavailable. In goal, they have George Sykes Kenworthy, then Lucas O'Dunstan, Rhys Staunton, Jamie Spencer, Will Lancaster, Sam Fielding, Will Longbottom, Jacob Blythe, Brad Docherty, and Thomas Angle make up the rest of the 11. For Farsley, 3 changes from their previous game in which they lost 4-0 to Southpaw. In goal is Max Durnley, who comes in for Owen Mason, Lewis Turner, David Sayers, the skipper, Thomas Allen, Kian Scales, Lewis Bootroyd, Christopher Atkinson, Bobby Johnson, Carlton Bugwezuno, Chinedu Osadebi, and Luke Parkin. The referee for today is James Westgate and his 2 assistants, Kirk Freeth and Gibby Todwa. Bradford Park Avenue with green shirts, white shorts and green socks. The Farsley in the change strip of all sky blue. And it will be Farsley Celtic who will get the game underway with Luke Parkin. Bradford Park Avenue shooting from right to left from our view. This is the second round of the FA Trophy. The next round for the winner of today's tie. We'll play that tie on the 17th of December. And Farsley lining up in a formation that looks to be a 4-3-3. Bradford Park Avenue look to be playing a 5 at the back, a 5-3-2, and we're underway here at Horsfall Stadium. and Bradford Park Avenue won the ball immediately from kick-off, but they managed to give it away. Farsley Celtic have the ball at the back now. Bobby Johnson, who goes long, looking for a striker, but Bradford Park Avenue managed to clean up, but they've given the ball away, and now Farsley Celtic, who started with kick-off, have the ball back again. With the goalkeeper, Max Sternley. Out to this near side to Kian Scales, who's on loan from Bradford City. Goes down the line, looking for Luke Parkin. Defended well by Reece Staunton. That's the goalie who goes long. And it's left for Brad Dockett, who's in behind here. A good opportunity, trying to cut inside. Twisting, turning, Windsor to manage to win a corner of throwing, but they recycle possession here well. Dockett again. He's looked live as if our ball lane cut out, and it's eventually cleared by Farsley Celtic. Bradford Park Avenue have the ball back again now. Brad Dockett again, who's looked the most lively player. Onside, says the linesman. The ball has gone long here, looking for Luke Parkin. Defended well by Sam Fielding back to his goalkeeper. Lively start from Bradford Park Avenue, particularly Brad Dockett on this near side. Looks to be causing defenders a lot of trouble here. Kenworthy goes long. Bradford Park Avenue wanting a free kick for a foul on Will Longbottom. Referee's paused play as it's a head injury, making sure that Longbottom's alright to carry on, and he has gotten to his feet now. Referee deemed it not to be a foul there. 2 minutes in, 0-0 between the two sides. Matt Bauer's side looking to carry on from that performance where they managed to get a 0-0 draw at Alfreton. They got a winning 3. It'd be great for confidence if they could get through in this tie. Luke Parkin now on the near side. Back to Kian Scales. Ball's gone long, headed away. Only as far as Bobby Johnson, whose shot was dragged just wide. Max Sternley watching it all the way. It will be a goal kick for Bradford Park Avenue here. Farsley themselves go into this game in pretty poor form. They have lost the previous game 4-0 against Southport. Their last win was in November. A goal kick taken, and Farsley won it back now. Luke Parkin on the near side. Kian Scales. Lovely little give and go, and Luke Parkin couldn't quite control the ball, and I've held the ball back now with Thomas Angel, who goes long. Looking for Will Longbottom. Play. And in the end, it's back with Sam Fielding. Plays it back to his goalkeeper, who goes long. Looking for Will Longbottom. Can't win the header. Farsley Celtic coming forward now. With Carlton Uwezu, who showed really good pace there, but his cross is easily cut out by a goalkeeper. And it's back with Bradford Park Avenue. Sam Fielding now in his box, looking to bring it out, and he's giving the ball away in a dangerous area. Wins it back, but it's gone out for throwing on this near side for Farsley. Good press there. Russ Wilcox will be happy with that. Not a manager short of experience, Russ Wilcox. Previously managed at Scunthorpe. He's been an assistant at Bournemouth, Burnley and Sheffield Wednesday. He's been around the block, appointed in February 2022. Wizuno, lovely ball through, looking for Osadebe, cut out well by Sykes Kenworthy. Rolls it out into Simon Richmond. Back, and you haven't really managed to get their foot on the ball. Farsley, really, to be fair, neither side has really created anything, and neither goalkeeper has had much to do besides a couple of goal kicks. As we approach the 5-minute mark here at the Horswell Stadium. Throwing for Bradford Park Avenue on the far side. going long, looking for Jacob Blythe, Back Avenue's top goal scorer this season with 3 goals. Recently transferred in from Chorley in the summer. He's played every game so far this season. Jacob Blythe, along with a couple of other players who are mainstays in this Bradford Park Avenue team. It's back with Samfield in here. Goes back to the goalkeeper. Looking to just feel this game out. A couple of touches for everyone just to settle themselves on the ball here early on. Restarting back to his goalkeeper. Into Simon Richmond. He's gone. He's centre back Samfield. We've gone long. Looking for Blythe, headed away easily, only as far as Dunstan. It's given away here now. Gone long looking for Ubuizeno, whose pace could be a real threat here for Farsley. Lovely turn there on the near side from Thomas Angel. Gets away from his man Keane Scales very well. Coming forward well. Passes it infield. Nice 1-2. Keane Scales trying to do his better. Put him off on the ball in. He's caught eventually by the goalkeeper, Max Sternley. Ball in from Thomas Angel was decent one. Slippery surface with this being a cloudy, wet day. Goalkeeper originally dropped it but managed to pick it up before Bradford player took advantage. Keeper Max Sternley goes long looking for Ubuizeno. His header flicked on. He's gone out for a goal kick here. Yeah, neither side really showing much threat so far today. As George Shanks Kenworthy goes along with his goal kick, looking for Jacob Blythe, who's fouled. James Westgate gives a foul there. Jacob Blythe, Sire's captain, deemed to be a defender. James Westgate. Richmond out wide to Will Lancaster. Again, they're going backwards here, Bradford Park Avenue. A free kick. Had a free kick. They finished going back to Jacob Blythe. Loses control of the ball there. Farsley have the ball back. Back to the goalkeeper who goes long again, looking for Asadebe. Ubuizeno, lovely control to bring it down into Parkin on this near side, who's looked one of Farsley's liveliest players. Gives it out wide over on the far side. Nice 1-2. Parkin again. His crossfield ball is cut out well. Jacob Blythe can't win that header. And Brian Bradford Park Avenue come away with the ball here. Restart. That's all pass forward. To come here to Brad Doherty. Forward again. To Jamie Spencer, who signing from Guys in the summer. Nice 1-2 between Doherty and Spencer, but it's cut out really well. And there's a foul on the far side. It's Calton Ubuizeno who's won it. So he'll be happy about that in defensive third. Just about 9 minutes in, 0-0 here at the Horsfall Stadium. Neither side has created an opportunity. And it's been Farsley who've been the better of the two sides in terms of on the ball quality. Keane Scales now on this near side couldn't win his header up against Thomas Angel. And back in play the ball out, but it did take a little deflection. Throw in for Bradford Park when you're on the far side. Just beyond the halfway line. From back to Brad Doherty in the middle and turns his man. Well, let's go back to a Dunstan. Here is a Dunstan, goes back to his goalkeeper Farsley, pushing up quite high. You can see what Russ Wilcox wants his players to do again. Bradford Park Avenue have to go along. Jacob Blythe out muscled. The Hillsborough foul waved away. Just come here to Simon Richmond, who's driving forward with the ball really well. Space to run into. Gives it out wide here to Thomas Angel. Goes back to Reston. Ball in. Keeper gets something on it, but it's only played as far as Will Lancaster again. Looking to come forward with it. His pass is poor, though, Will Lancaster, but luckily for him, Bradford back him, you managed to win the ball back. Restarting now on the near side. Looking to beat his man. Luke Parkin, unable to do so. Throw in to Bradford Packer and over on this near side. Will be restunting to take. Goes infield, gets it back, and he has to go back all the way back to his goalkeeper. Throwing in the final third there for Bradford Packer, but they've not managed to go forward all the way back to the goalkeeper, who again goes long. Again, Farsley win the ball back. Richmond now has been Bradford's main player, looking to get on the ball and pass his way through this Farsley Celtic team, unable to do so with much product so far. But still on the ball. This is the first bit of real possession in the game so far. Fielding out to Angel on the near side. Back to Stone on the halfway line here. Stone back to Fielding. Goes out to his right back. For Dunstan. Back to Stone on this near side. Farsley dropping in deep there. Nice ball in from Dunstan up to Will Lombard. He wanted to foul for a push. Referee waved away. Crowd's frustrations here. And it's Luke Parkin on the near side. Just right at the box. Looks to go infield. Interception by Brad Doherty. Wins the ball well. Farsley wanting a foul there. He haven't got one. And Bradford you can come forward here. Jacob Blythe now, their top goal scorer, gets out almost too easily. He needs to do better than Farsley clear it away, and it will be a throw in. Meanwhile, it is Rossi Debbie who's down here, just outside the Bradford box here. He wanted a foul, but he didn't get one, and he's getting treatment now. 12 minutes in, 0-0. Been a tightly contested game. Neither side really creating any clear-cut opportunities. Both sides failing to really control the ball and make the most of it. Brad Tucker started the game really brightly for Bradford, but since then has been quiet. And Luke Parkin has been Farsley's most promising threat so far. They have been looking to get him on the ball every time they come forward. Most of the times have been down this right hand side where he is playing. Farsley obviously looking to bounce back after the beat to Southport previously. The last win was on the 5th of November, 3-1 against Banbury. They're yet to get back-to-back wins so far this season. They'll have to win today to have any chance of doing that next time out. Meanwhile, his last win was all the way on Halloween, 31st of October, in a 2-1 victory against Gloucester. Nasadebi is back on his feet now when he is going to come onto this near sideline to let play continue. Throwing on the far side from Bradford Park Avenue. The referee has allowed play to be continued now. Nasadebi is back on the field. Jacob Blythe looking to get onto the end of that throwing, gives a foul away. Didn't look much in that. Foul given anyway by referee. Will be Max Durnley to take. quarter of an hour gone here. 0-0 for anybody just joining us. Sterling takes a free kick long, looking for Zuno. Just recycled all the way out here to Live. Nice ball out to Thomas Angel. Restart now on the near side. Into Bradford, turning nicely, going back onto the right side. Dunstan into Fielding. Going forward, looking for Longbottom and finding him. But once again, Farsley proving to be difficult to break down, and Bradford have to go back. It's now with restarting, who skips past Parking nicely, still on the ball. Finding Angel on the near side. Nice link up between the two. Staunton cuts back inside. It's all the way back to Sam Fielding. His pass forward is intercepted, and now Farsley have a real opportunity here. Got a few players forward. It's with Zuno over on the far side. He's got Osadebi up in support, and he manages to win a corner, first corner of the game. And we'll see what Farsley can do with this, the first corner of the game. First real set piece in a dangerous position for either side. Farsley will be hoping they can get the big centre halves up. Already seen how dominant they can be with pushed Blythe off the ball, constantly Thomas Allen's big unit. I'll be looking to find him in swinger over on the far side, ball in, headed on, flicked on, over onto the near side, and Angel manages to prevent another corner. Goes long, lovely switch ball into Richmond. Can he get there ahead of his man? He can. He found Will Longbottom, who was in offside, put his shot wide anyway. Real opportunity for that for Bradford Park Avenue there. Will Longbottom will be disappointed. He was offside. It did look offside, but didn't quite manage to hold his run. Real opportunity there on account for Bradford Park Avenue, Richmond. And acres of space are on the far side. Free kick taken long. Sam Fielding does well to win that up against Osadebi. Now it's with Angel on the near side. Back to Staunton. Goes long, looking for Longbottom. Can't win his header up against Lewis Turner. Luke Parkin manages to keep it in on this near side. Looking for Kean Scales. Bradford City Loney, who's managed to win a throw in here for Farsley in a dangerous position, just about in the final third. And Scales has been one of Farsley's better goal scorers so far this season. With 2. A young 20-year-old who's got a bright future ahead of him. And Bradford back, and you have the ball back now with goalkeeper Sykes Kenworth. He's been a spectator really. Both goalkeepers have been spectators really, besides taking a few goal kicks. Either side is forced to save out around the often. Goal kick goes long, looking for Blythe, who hasn't really been able to get involved in the game so far. Hence the lack of opportunities and the lack of things to do for Farsley goalkeeper Max Durnley. 19 minutes in here, 0-0 on a cold, wet day here in West Yorkshire. Farsley have the ball over on the outside now. Ball goes on, looking for Osadebi. It's a decent ball. Fielding cuts out well. Back to his goalkeeper. Back to Fielding in the right back position. Fielding goes long, looking for Blythe. He hasn't managed to win a header yet, but he has won one now. But his header is wayward, and Farsley have the ball back. Richmond looking to press Farsley back line. He does so well. Forcing ball back to Durnley, who goes long looking for Aki. And Gal wins it. throwing on the halfway line for Farsley Celtic. Kean Scales. Ball goes along looking for parking. Finds Staunton, whose header is not very good. It's only gone sideways into the middle of the park as opposed to away. But Bradford Park Avenue managed to keep the ball. Will Longbottom then gets fouled on the halfway line. Nosadebe has gone down again here. That will be a cause for concern here for Farsley. And he wanted to take the free kick quickly. He did so. He only kicked it out for a goal kick. And Nosadebe will now get some treatment. Second time he's gone down today. And it looks unlikely that he'd be able to continue here. Chinedu Nosadebe. Farsley without the goal threats today with Ant Mulhern and Jimmy Spencer, who've got 4 goals each. Not in the squad today. Nosadebe comes off the pitch, looks to be holding his right leg, and they will have to make a change. Coming on in his place will be Thaban Doob. First change the game is one that Wilcox wanted to make 21 minutes in. Nosadebe forced off. He did pick up that injury a little earlier on, but trying to run it off, wasn't able to. And change will now be made. It's a goal kick for Farsley Celtic. Max Sternley goes along with it. Over onto this near side. Kean Scales can't win it up against Simon Richmond. Seen to Doherty, who's tackled well. Kean Scales now on the near side. 20-year-old goes long, looking for parking, can't find him. Fielding will play it back to his goalkeeper. He's under pressure from the Uezunu, and he slices his clearance out, throwing for Farsley. Just about in their final third. On the far side. Taking into Bobby Johnson. Goes all the way back here to David Sayers, skipper for Farsley Celtic today. Back to his goalkeeper, who again goes long, slices it slightly. And Doob went up for it and get to have his first touch at the game for Bandoo. That's a foul in the middle for Bradford. Doherty tackled there illegally. It's been a pretty poor game so far. Both of these sides at the bottom of the league, both in the National League North, 21st and 22nd. 1 point separating the two. It will be Staunton to take this free kick just beyond the halfway line here. Bradford Park Avenue goes long. And it's dropped down to Blythe. Good save. Really, really good save. First save of the match here for Max Sternley. The ball was put in actually by Will Longbottom. It was only headed out to the edge of the box as far as Jacob Blythe. Bradford Park Avenue's top goal scorer this season. Outside of the boot. Looking for that top corner. Max Sternley with a good save. Corner ball, first corner of the game. For Farsley. Will be Will Longbottom to take it. Ball in, cleared away, only as far as Jamie Spencer. Goes back to Thomas Angel. Flips it forward, cleared. And headed on again by Bobby Johnson. Richmond looking to bring it down. Here he is. Nice pass out wide to Lucas Dunstan, right back. Back here to Will Lancaster. Clicked forward. It's gone up in the air and Richmond can't win it. And it's a nice little knock down into Jamie Spencer. Flips it into the box when nobody is there. Max Young will easily claim About 25 minutes in, and our first shot at game from Jacob Blythe. Decent save from Max Sternley, forcing it off for a corner. Not much to shout about besides that so far. Deve being forced off with an injury, and Thabandu coming on in his place. Luke Parkin now into Thabandu. First time he's had the ball at his feet, looking to skin his man Staunton. Staunton does really well to tackle him. And Angel, long clear, out for a throw in, but he was fouled by Kean Scales as he tried to clear it. And he's still down here. Kean Scales is run away. Will be nothing more than a talking to from the referee. Go getting to his feet now. Thankfully, as far as Matt Hoare and Bradford Park Avenue are concerned, look lively so far. Thomas Angel looking to get on the ball and get past his man. Although Route 1 football is not really working in his favour, not the biggest. Whereas free kick taken on, looking for Blythe. Again, it's headed away far too easily. The Bandu can't bring that under control, but it's come to Parky. Nice ball back to Uwezuno. Looking for Kean Scales on this near side. Failed to keep it in. Throwing for Bradford Park Avenue. Right in the corner. Throwing goes long. Looking for Blythe. Gets it under control. Can he win some there? Yes, he can. He wins another throw. Bouncing it off. Kean Scales. First time Blythe is really able to use his big presence to win something there. Staunton again. Goes long, down the line, into Blythe again. Nice header, flick on into Longbottom. Under pressure, Longbottom goes down, no foul given. Parking now. Bobby Johnson into Kean Scales. Skips past his man nicely into the Bandu. Can't keep it in. Disappointing that. 0-0 if you're just joining us here, 27 minutes in. The only shot at game coming from Jacob Blythe, forcing a decent save from Max Sternley. Jacob Blythe there fouling Kean Scales as they bowling over his head. Foul, free kick for Farsley Celtic in the halfway line. Will be Christopher Atkinson to take. He's ushered everybody forward. The centre half has gone forward. He goes long, looking for Tom Allen. He's come all the way through to Sam Fielding, who again goes long. Will Longbottom chasing that down and forcing Lewis Turner to kick it long. He's gone out for a throw in. Showed decent pace there, Will Longbottom, to put the defender Turner under pressure. And he's a throw in for Bradford over on the far side. On the halfway line. It'll be Dunstan. Take it. Very quiet opening half hour from both sides. Farsley bring the ball back now. It's the Bandy ball on this near side. Looking to go along. Really nice pass over the top into Luke Parkin. Gets under his control. Under pressure from Sam Fielding. Goes back. And it's a lovely pass into Wizuno. Can't quite get it under control and it's gone long. For Angel. Can't get it under control. Kean Scales looking for the Bandy. Again can't get it under control. Gives away a foul on Jamie Spencer. Jamie Spencer, former Guiseley player, who'll be looking to take down an old enemy in Farsley. Only 7 miles separating these two sides, even less separating Guiseley and Farsley. The ball is with restarting over on this near side. Goes long. Again looking to get Thomas Angel in behind, defended by White Scales. Blythe looking to put Lewis Bouchard under pressure, and he does so and wins a throw in for his team. Bradford Park Avenue throwing in the final third. Can they make this one count? Will be starting to take it. And then it goes back to fielding, and it's all the way back with Lucas Dunstan now. With Lancaster now. Into Sam Fielding on this near side. Centre back. Pressure from Fabandu. Goes long. Very poor pass. It will go out for a Farsley Celtic. Throwing. Again, just very Route 1 stuff so far, really, from Bradford. They haven't really managed to get their foot on the ball and play their way through Farsley. Farsley have looked pretty tight and compact so far. Throwing taken on by Scales only as far as Staunton. Okay, trying to get it under control, but in the end it's played at Fielding. Wins out really nicely, only as far as Bobby Johnson. He can't get it quite under his control, and he's back with goalkeeper George Sykes Kenworthy. Goes long again, it's come to Will Longbottom. Really nice control to skip past his man. Will Longbottom, acres of space into Kiosk. Oh, just about over it. Came all the way over on the far side for Brad Docherty. His initial shot saved well by Max Durnley, and then follow-up shot sails over the bar. It is still 0-0. It will be a goal kick. Yeah, the second opportunity, real opportunity there for Bradford Park Avenue. Docherty found himself in loads of space. Really good play from Will Longbottom to take it down and take it past his man. Finding Brad Docherty, far side, coming in from that right foot shot straight at the goalkeeper, which will be disappointed with the follow-up shot. Even worse. Goal kick goes long. Kean Scales heads it onto Fabandu. Back to Scales. Pass forward, deflected out for a throw-in for Bradford Park Avenue. Scales takes it quickly. Suspicious of a foul throw, not given. Luke Parkin now. Back into Scales. Onside. Kean Scales with the shot from the edge of the box. Goes out for a goal kick. Restarting on from this near side. I didn't happy with the official. And he's letting his frustrations be heard. Goal kick goes long by Sykes Kenworthy, looking for Blythe, who's fouled according to referee. David Sires isn't happy with that one. Seemed to badge Jacob Blythe over. That's been an interesting battle so far. It's really been Tom Mallon and David Sires who've gotten the better of Blythe so far, although he did have that one opportunity. Free kick on this near side. Will Longbottom will take who's been, as the game's gone on, one of the more dangerous players. Just in front of the dugouts here. The Longbottom to take it left footed. Goes towards the back post, and that is a poor one, easily claimed by Max Durnley. Had the option to play it quickly. In the end, keeps hold of the ball and Bradford Park Avenue can get back into their shape. And it is with David Sanders. Back to goalkeeper Max Durnley. Goes long looking for Bandu. Don't win the header. It's come to Kean Scales. So goes down the line. Nice passing to Luke Park. Controls it well against Sam Fielding. Fielding shepherds him infield. It's come to Kean Scales now. Christopher Atkinson, sorry. Into the Bandu, into Kean Scales on the near side. Atkinson. Cross towards the back post where Zuna was waiting. Played away. But not far. And that's really nice play from the far side to his man. The cross comes in. Mix up at the back, and it's come through to Kean Scales at that post. Really just sails over the bar with his shot. Kean Scales disappointed. He didn't get his head over the ball there. Sails his shot over. And that is Farsley Celtic's first real opportunity. They work it really nicely on this right hand side. Van Duben, Luke Parkin and Kean Scales looked to be linking up really nicely. The ball came back to Christopher Atkinson, who whipped it in right-footed. And on the far side, the man Luke Spooch did really well to skip past Lucas Dunstan. His ball in wasn't dealt with way soon and making a nuisance of himself, and it came through to Kean Scales, who just couldn't get his shot, keep his shot down. The kick has gone long. It's coming to Brad Doherty. Blythe gives the ball away. It's going to Thomas Angel here, who didn't manage to win a throw-in. Time contested there between himself and Thaban Doob, and the throw-in goes Farsley Celtics were 36 minutes in, 0-0. If you're just joining us, between Bradford Park Avenue and Farsley Celtic, Kean Scales takes his throwing shot to Bobby Johnson, who looks to go long and skews it out for a throw-in, on this near side. On the halfway line, it is Staunton to take it. Looks like that'll go long, and he does, looking for Blythe. He does really well to keep hold of the ball and mix up between himself and Thomas Angel, and the ball is given away, and the ball is gone long, looking for Luke Parkin from Lewis Boothroyd, given away again. And Bradford Parkin using second possession now with Sam Fielding on the edge of his own box. Into Will Lancaster, who goes back to his goalkeeper. Under pressure from Luke Parkin, goes long, and it's out for a throw-in on the far side for Farsley Celtic. Neither of these sides has had much prominence in the FA Trophy competition. Furthest Bradford Park Avenue have gotten is the fourth round in 1998-99. Knocked out last year in the third round by Halifax Town, and round two the season before, whilst Farsley managed to get to the third round 2 years previous. "38 minutes in, just about 0-0 here at the Arsfield Stadium. The only real opportunities have been 3-2 for Bradford Park Avenue, 1 for Jacob Blythe, whose shot was really well saved, another for Brad Doherty. He'll be disappointed he didn't score, and exit space, and his shot was straight at the goalkeeper. And then Kean Scales with a tight angle for his shot, but he had time to think about it. He went for the shot first time, it sailed over the bar. Throwing on the far side, Luke Parkin now looking to beat his man, and he crosses it in and he wins a corner, a second corner for Farsley Celtic. See if they can do more than they did with the first corner they had. 2 corners for Farsley Celtic, just the one for Bradford Park Avenue so far. Approaching the 40th minute. It will be Bobby Johnson over on the far side to take it. He's been on the corners so far, it's only a second one, right foot in swinging. It's a decent one in towards the back post, headed on by Lucas Dunstan. And the Bandoob will let it roll out, throwing on this near side. Farsley Celtic. And it looks as though it'll be a long throwing, looking to get it into the box where the big centre halves are treating it almost as if it's a corner itself here. Falling very poor one, but it's an even worse clearance. Will Longbottom going up for it. It's coming to Thomas Allen, back to Bobby Johnson, who's dummy. Means the ball just gets away from him, and it's cleared up into Brad Doherty, who can't beat his man. Frustrating there for Bradford Park Avenue. Decent counter was on there. Ball forward looking for the Bandoob. Not found. And it's now with Jamie Spencer crosses it over to Lucas Dunstan infield into Will Longbottom, back to Will Lancaster. Forward, Simon Richmond into Reece Sutton on this near side. Back into Sanfield in. His centre half who goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. The pass went brilliant. Luke Parkin closing it down, but the goalkeeper managed to get there first and go looking for Blythe. Well cleared, but given away once again by Farsley into Simon Richmond. He nearly gives it away himself under pressure from Zuno. He's coming to Jacob Blythe. Nice pass back to Will Longbottom. 25 yards out, goes for the strike. Just wide. Keeper saw it all the way. It's comfortable letting it go wide. And today's attendance we are getting is 377 for this West Yorkshire derby. Goal kick for Farsley Celtic. Taken by Matt Sternley. It goes long. Skewed out wide looking for Ian Scales. It comes to him by a deflection. Goes long again looking for Luke Parkin. Looking to get in beyond Sanfield and he does well. Thomas Angel again giving it away. Ball long again looking for the Bandu. Staunton wins it. It's coming to Brad Doherty. Good tackle from Ian Scales playing as a auxiliary right wing back today. It looks to be a 5-3-2 here for Farsley Celtic. It's come to Oguzunu, again giving it away, but Bobby Johnson tackling and winning the ball back. It's with Christopher Atkinson on the halfway line. Back to David Symes, goes back to his goalkeeper. Looks to clip it out wide to this near side. Does really well into Kean Scales. Nice little pass into the Bandu, who loses possession himself, but manages to win it back, shrugging off his man Will Longbottom there over on the far side. He's Lewis Bootroyd, he's worked his way forward into Wezuna, who is fouled just on the edge of the box, and this is a really good opportunity here for Farsley. First free kick in a really dangerous position for either side. Wezuna deemed to have been fouled there. Didn't seem to be much in it. And Sax Kenworthy is sitting up his wall now. Just on the edge of the 18-yard box. The wall is probably about 25 yards out from goal. This very central. Really, really good position here. Lewis Bootroyd is stood over it. Farsley have everyone back besides Brad Doherty on the halfway line. The free kick is second. Oh, what a brilliant goal that is! 1-0 Farsley Celtic. Stunning, stunning free kick. Farsley Celtic lead 1-0 in this West Yorkshire derby, and what a way to take it, and it is before Bobby Johnston. A couple of minutes before half time. That is a superb goal, that. 43rd minute, just about coming to a close, and Farsley Celtic take the lead. Bobby Johnson, right footed into the top corner. That's a brilliant, brilliant goal. First bit of real quality we've seen so far today. It's resulted in a goal. Farsley take the lead in this West Yorkshire derby. And as it stands, it's them who are going through to the third round of the FA Trophy. And Bradford Pike Avenue themselves are giving the ball away immediately from kick-off. It's come to Luke Park and turns his man Sanfield in really well into Bobby Johnson, goal scorer. To Atkinson, really nice tackle from Dunstan, but it's coming to Wezuna. Gets it back to Luke Parkin. Tuck it in. The strike is deflected out for a corner. Game's just come alive, unfortunately. It's just before half time. We are going to get a big allotted time to be added on, and it is 3 minutes here at the end of this first half. 3 added on minutes. Farsley 1, Bradford Park Avenue 0. Corner, 2 second on this near side, right footed, outswinger. It's a decent ball in, into Tom Allen and the header. It's come through, mix up at the back, and the sides can't quite bundle it in. Keeper does really well there, rolls it out quickly over on the far side. He looks to Dunstan, looking at crossfield ball for Will Longbottom, does really well to clear it there, Lewis Turr. It's come as far as Will Lancaster. I think handballed it. The referee has given a free kick to Farsley Celtic. About halfway through the defensive half. What a way to take the lead that was from Bobby Johnston. Magnificent free kick. Slight question marks over whether it was a free kick, really. Didn't seem to be much in it. As this free kick that resulted from Jamie Spencer on ball goes all the way out for a throw in on this near side. Looks as though he'll be restarting to take it. It will be, and he's going to go along, taking all the throws down on his left hand side into Blythe. Wins it on. Cleared. Bit of pinball in the air here for Bandoob. Nice header flick on, looking for Parkin. Only found Sam Fielding. Cleared. It's back now with Farsley Celtic goalkeeper. He gets it to Lewis Boutroyd under pressure from a Dunstan Windsor. Throwing. About a minute left for the 3 that were added on at the end of this first half. And just seeing coming into the changing rooms here is Ossie Debbie, who's got an ice pack on his left foot. He seems to be limping quite badly. Unfortunate for him. We'll have to wait and see how long he's out for. Throwing turns into a free kick on the far side for Farsley Celtic after pushing back. He has failed really to get into the game. He's had one opportunity from which he throws a good save from Max Sternley. Free kick goes on into Luke Parkin, does really well again. Wins a 3rd corner. Farsley Celtic a 4th match, a 3rd corner for Farsley. And this will most likely be the last action of this first half. The first half that's been pretty short on quality besides the goal. Bobby Johnson, the goal scorer, who scored that magnificent free kick to take it in swinger right footed into the back post where Simon's waiting. And Jacob, Sam Fielding, has gone down there. He's still with Farsley Celtic. Puts the ball back into the box for Ubazunu, and it's caught well by Sykes Kenworthy. Throws it out here to restart on the near side. Can't get it under control. And he's gone out for a throw in. And there is the half-time whistle. Half-time here at the Arsenal Stadium. Bradford Park Avenue 0. Farsley Celtic 1. Bobby Johnson with the goal. A wonderful goal. Free kick on the edge of the box. Right footed into the top corner. A couple of minutes before half-time. And it's been a just about a deserved lead, you'd argue. We'll be back in roughly 15 minutes to bring you the rest of the second half. So join us then. Well, welcome back everybody to the Arsenal Stadium. Second half is moments away here. Farsley Celtic wins the second half with that 1-0 lead. Fantastic free kick from Bobby Johnson a couple of minutes before half time. Give them a lead which you feel was maybe slightly deserved. Neither side was really able to show much quality during that first half. We'll be hoping for better in this second 45. This will be, if it stays like this will be Farsley's first win since the 5th of November in a 3-1 victory against Banbury United. It will be Bradford Park Avenue will get us underway. Jamie Spencer, former Guiseley player. And we are back underway at the Arsenal Stadium. Bradford Park Avenue go along just like they did throughout the majority of that first half. So they lost the ball quite often going for Route 1 approach, and they did lose the ball momentarily before getting it back to Sam Fielding, and getting goes long, but his strike long is blocked by the Dube, who came on for the injured Osidebi in that first half, and it is a throw-in for Bradford Park Avenue on that far side, and it will be Fielding to take it. Neither side has made any changes at half time. Just that one change in first half for Farsley Celtic. So they were coming off with that foot injury. We saw him limping back at the end of that first half. It is with Bradford Park Avenue now on this near side with Lucas Dunstan back in field into Will Longbottom, who's been probably their brightest player that's shown the most amount of quality when it comes to being on the ball. Sam Fielding now switching play into Simon Richmond, loses control of it, and it is a thrown on the near side for Ugwezuno. Throwing won by Ugwezuno, apologies, coming for Farsley, and it will be Tom Allen to take it. Big centre half, and being himself and David Sainz has dealt really well with the threat of Jacob Blythe. The ball has gone along by Thomas Allen. The initial throwing came back to him, and it's back the goalkeeper rolls out quickly into Sam Fielding. Wide on to the left, back in field now with Sam Fielding again. Skips away from his man really nicely. Sam Fielding coming forward well, and he's fouled. It goes down. It is a free kick for Bradford Park Avenue. Probably about 20 yards away from the 18-yard box, too far to have a strike, but in a decent enough position to get the centre halves forward. Try offer Blythe some support. Ball comes in from Will Longbottom towards the back post, and the header from Rhys Staunton. Comfortably wide as far as Farsley Celtic are concerned. Goal kick. Max Journey will take. 3 minutes into the second half, 1-0 Farsley Celtic. That goal come just before half time. Neither side has got going yet so far. It has only been 3 minutes since we resumed play, but Doherty trying to get the ball under control over on the far side. He's crowded out. He's come to Ugwezuno into parking for Dube. He looks to skip past his man, goes down after the challenge from Staunton, and it is a free kick. Getting a decent position over on the far side, right next to the sidelines. So obviously far too tight to have a strike, but a really good position to get the ball into the box and allow David Sayers and Tom Allen to get up into the box. Bradford Packham, you have all players except for Brad Doherty back to defend this one. It won't be Johnson to take who was on the free kick duties in that first half. Keon Scales and the ball in was really decent, bouncing ball in this surface where it will skid off, and it is a corner ball cleared out. Farsley have a decent opportunity here. Decent ball in there from Keon Scales, who was bright in that first half, showed a willingness to get on the ball a lot. It will be a corner. It will be Bobby Johnson to take over on the far side. Right-footed outswinger. David Sayers has gone forward for it along with Thomas Allen. Johnson takes decent ball in towards the back post, headed out again by Lucas Dunstan for throwing. Flicked on. It's thrown in a good position for Farsley. Again, they've got a long throw in. It's a decent position. It's taken short into Luke Parkin, taking quickly. The ball in is easily caught by goalkeeper Sax Kenworthy. Looks the ball out quickly, and he has done into Angela, goes infield into Simon Richmond, and the play's been slowed down even. And Farsley have got back into the shape of the 5-3-2 formation, which Bradford Park only have found very, very difficult to get through so far. One change that Farsley seemed to have, Bradford Park only seemed to have made, as Lucas Dunstan is on the near side with the ball. Pass it back to Sam Fielding, who looks to have moved forward from centre back into more of a midfield position. And it is with Dunstan back into this right back position with Will Lancaster. Plays it across into Rhys Staunton, who seems to have taken up more of a central position. A position that was occupied by Sam Fielding in that first half, and Bradford Park Avenue play the ball forward really quickly, looking for Jamie Spencer. Can't quite control Lang, get a pass away, and it is cleared, and it is recycled with Will Longbottom here now. Back to Sam Fielding, looking for a switch play, and it's headed out for a corner ball. Scales over on that far side, just heading out for a corner. Looked as though he was trying to head it back to his goalkeeper there. He had nobody around him. Needed a shout from one of his defenders to let him know that he could have just left that and let it go out for a goal kick. No shout came, and it is a second corner of the game for Bradford Park Avenue, a first for them this half. Left-footed outswinger in towards Richmond and cleared it outside Staunton on the volley. Watched it really well. His shot was blocked in the end. Just come through into Richmond again. Tries to cross it. Flicked it out for another corner. Park Avenue's second at half, third of the game. That's a couple of corners in quick succession at 52 minutes gone. Bradford Park Avenue 0, Farsley Celtic 1. Bobby Johnson, the scorer. Corner comes in towards Blythe with a header. Just about wide. Deemed to have taken a nick off a defender there, and it is another corner for Bradford Park Avenue. Their fourth at game, third. About 2 minutes. This game, and it looks to be Longbottom who's come out onto this near side to take it. Left-footed in-swinger, balling only flapped out by the goalkeeper. It's come out as far as Jacob Blythe. Now we've got an opportunity. Struck it. Appeals for handball there. It did look suspicious of an handball there from the Farsley defender. Waved away. Bradford Park Avenue were growing into the second half. Dunstan on this near side under pressure. Gets it back to Thomas Angel. It's a poor touch, and Thabang Dubas managed to capitalise on that, but Bradford Park Avenue managed to deal with it. And it's a really nice ball from Jamie Spencer, looking over the top, looking to find Brad Doherty, but the keeper read it. Max Sternley came up and caught. Farsley shooting right to left. all sky blue away kit. Bradford Park Avenue, the home side. Left to right with the green tops and socks with white shorts. Throwing for Farsley. In a decent position over on the far side. Looks as though Bradford Park Avenue will be looking to make a change shortly. They have got a player warming up who's come into Matt Bower to receive some instructions, and he is taking his bib off. So it looks like that Bradford Park Avenue's first change is imminent as they send out another player to warm up. Throwing, he's taking the ball, was whipped in, it was a decent ball in, it's come out here to Kean Scales in a decent position. Goes to the strike, ball blocked, it's come out here. So Lewis Boutroyd, who's done well. It's now with Robbie Johnson, whose ball in is not dealt with very well, and it's cleared in the end. It's headed back into Brazunu, whose strike was wide, and it's sailed quite far wide, and the goal kick is taken quickly, looking for Blythe, who fouls his man there, a little push on the back, didn't manage to get control of the ball really anyway, and looks as though Bradford Park Avenue will be making this sub now, and it'll be Thomas Angel who's going to come off for Jordan Preston. Jordan Preston, who is like Simon around him, I believe he's just signed for the club. Thomas Angel, who was right in that first half, maybe it's a slight surprise to take him off. But no, Bradford Park Avenue players really stood out. Been looking to keep Jacob Blythe on, who's been their main source of goals so far this season with 3. Jordan Preston, number 16, will be coming on, and it looks as though the formation will be a 4-2-3-1 as the goal kick is taken long and eventually cleared. Looks like Jordan Preston will be sitting in behind Jacob Blythe in attacking midfield position. Here is his first touch, nice touch down to Jamie Spencer. Lovely switch ball over onto this near side, Lucas Dunstan. Space for him to run into, under pressure here from Ubazunu. Goes back here to Simon Richmond. Passes it back to Sam Fielding. Running into midfield with the ball. Out to restart and over on the far side. His pass is blocked, but it's come through into Simon Richmond here. Looks to play Dunstan over the top on this near side, and he's found him, looking to get past Ubazunu. And his attempted cross is blocked, and the last touch was off for Dunstan in the end. Throwing for Farsley on this near side. Lewis Boutroyd will take it. You think they go along down the line, given they are deep into their own half here, Farsley. Be very, very dangerous to be able to give the ball away here. Boutroyd does go down the line, looking for Ubazunu. Lombard heads it, but it's only flicked on into Parkin, who goes down, peels from ball, and that is a throw-in. Back on the near side. Taken quickly by Lombard into Preston, who thought he was fouled. No free kick given. Van Doob back to Bazunu, whose cross-field pass was quite risky, but the end Farsley did well to keep the ball, and it's all the way back to the goalkeeper, and it's come all the way out to the Van Doob. Was managed to find goal scorer Bobby Johnson. Nice pass into Ubazunu on this near side. Skips past Staunton really well and goes for the strike. Simply saved by Sykes Kenworth, who balls it out quickly into Staunton. Into number 10, Brad Docherty, looking to slip through Blythe. Failed to do so, and then a bit of miscommunication there. But Bradford Park Avenue come with the ball, and the strike from Jamie Spencer sails wide. Park Avenue have looked more lively, but the first bit of real action from any goalkeeper is coming from the Bradford Park Avenue goalkeeper. Sykes Kenworth saving well, down to his right well. Ubazunu cut inside nicely, got past the Dunstan. Strike low and hard, but you'd expect the goalkeeper to have saved it. And he did so, and it's a goal kick now for Farsley. Max Durnley goes long. the man do fails to get it under control, but it came back to Atkinson, who's gone long do back to Johnson over on the far side. Is Kean Scales, skips in field, left-footed strike. It's spilled into Upazunu and it's cleared off the line. As the Celtic's so close to a second goal. And it is now a throw-in for Farsley over on the far side. Really nice play there. Van Duven, Scales linking up nicely, as well as Bobby Johnson, the goal scorer. Scales ball in. Spilled by the goalkeeper. Upazunu just failed to get that touch on it. Cleared off the line. And the throw-in is taken really well, and it's spilled. It's out to Kean Scales here, who's gone past his man, and his strike has gone in. It's 2-0. The Bradford City loanee has scored. That might be a final nail in the coffin for Bradford Park Avenue, and Farsley Celtic look as though they'll be going through to the next round of the FA Trophy. 2-0 as we approach the hour mark. And it is Kean Scales with the goal. Working really well there. Bradford Park Avenue failed to clear. The initial ball in was not caught by Sykes Scanworth. He spilled it. And then Kean Scales managed to get it under control. Slightly loose touch. And you thought that might give one of the defenders the opportunity to nick him and get the ball away, but he struck just about going in, finding the bottom corner. And it's 2-0 as we pass the hour mark. Bradford Park Avenue have looked lively, but so have Farsley Celtic, and they're the ones who get the second goal of game, first this half, and you feel like that might be it. It's the Farsley Celtic fans. Champ Wembley, we're still quite a way off. Third round is 17th of December. If Bradford Park Avenue were to find 2 goals and not concede anymore, we would go straight to penalties, but seems unlikely that Bradford Park Avenue, unfortunately, will be able to get back into this game unless they find a goal quickly. Still have an hour to play though. Bradford Park Avenue failing to get the ball down here, and it's come out here to Will Lancaster, back to his goalkeeper, who goes long into Jacob Blythe, and it's gone all the way through into Brad Docherty over on the far side. Blythe is down, the referee's called the play back. Blythe is down. It was after a challenge from, I believe it was Tom Allen, who has been it's been a really good performance from him so far today. Made it really, really difficult for Blythe to get any opportunity. He's only had the one shot today, Blythe. And that, to be fair, was the most likely. Bradford Park Avenue have looked pretty second has come back here to Will Lancaster over onto the near side with Jamie Spencer into Will Lancaster now. Snit around the back. Sam Fielding again. Back to his centre-back partner. Lancaster, really nice ball into Luke. Will Lombard returns really well and is tripped up by Lewis Bootroyd. Free kick in a dangerous position here for Bradford Park Avenue, and the first yellow card at match is going to come out from the referee, James Westgate, who's refereed the game pretty decent so far today. And it is a yellow card for Lewis Bootroyd. Free kick is 20 yards from goal. Slight angle, but it's still a really good position. You fancy Will Longbottom, a left footer, to take this. If he can get a goal here, Bradford Park Avenue are right back in it. Park Avenue might feel slightly aggrieved. A minute or two before Farsley Celtic's second goal, there were appeals for a handball and a penalty waved away by the referee. Will Longbottom now, slightly right of centre from the box. does favour a left footer. This free kick, 4 men in the wall, including Tom Allen. The long bottom, will he go for goal or cross it? He will go for goal, and it's sailed wide, high and wide. Not very pretty indeed from Will Lombard, who should be doing a lot better, given the quality we've seen from him so far today with his set piece deliveries. Goal kick for Farsley Celtic. Max Turnley will go long. Goal kick is long. It's come through all the way to Staunton, who clears it upfield, looking for Preston, who's failed really to make an impact on the game since coming on. Here on the near side, battle going on between Live and Ubuzuno. Long bottom into Dunstan. Come through for Samfield. Yeah. Over on the left hand side, restarting, good position to cross if he can get past his man Kean Scales. Farsley's second goal scorer, and his bowling cleared away out for a corner. Back and you have the fourth corner, sorry, the second half. Fifth corner. In total, it will be a left footed outswinger over on the far side. 65 minutes gone. Bowling in towards Blythe, who went up for it. It's just about cleared. Blythe is managing to get back up to his feet. He stayed down momentarily after he was challenged. Then he's back with goalkeeper Snacks Kenworth. 66th minute here. Bradford Park Avenue 0, Farsley Celtic 2. Bradford Park Avenue have the ball here with Will Lancaster. Looking to bring it forward into Lucas Dunstan, acting as a right wing back today. Lombard back to Lancaster. Lombard again on this near side in front of the manager's dugouts. Jamie Spencer into fielding under pressure. Kean Scales, and his pass was deflected up in the air, and Will Lancaster's as well to head it back to the goalkeeper. Rolls out quickly to field into Staunton, space to run into, and he's doing here as the rain continues to pour down. Crossfield ball is announcement into Lucas Dunstan, controlled well. Gives it one more into Preston, whose cross is blocked and cleared out for a throw in. Jordan Preston there. Failed really to make an impact into Will Lombard on the throw in. Bowling is a decent one in towards Blythe, who was getting line handled really. Appeals for a penalty, and the sudden one coming from the referee. It's cleared away. Will Lancaster should launch it long, looking Docketer. Van Doob there. Nice bit of control and pass out wide to Lewis Turner. Wizuno here up against Will Lombard, and there is a foul in there. Wizuno goes down with a challenge from Will Lombard. Free kick for Farsley Celtic. Don't think the referee is going to brandish a yellow card here for Will Lombard. Not been very trigger happy with them, just the one given out so far today at Lewis Boothroyd in the second half. Will be Bobby Johnson, who stood over this free kick. Goal scorer of Farsley's first goal. Really, really good free kick. Moments before half time. And Kean Scales with a second round the hour mark. Johnson's free kick is a decent one towards the back post, and the header is flicked on after a corner to Farsley. Their first of the second half. The fourth of the game. Looks as though it'll be Bobby Johnson going over to take that right-footed outswinger over on the far side. Allen and Sires have gone up for this. The Van Doob is effectively marking the goalkeeper. Corner comes in, it's deep towards Allen, it's headed away, comes out here to Lewis Boot tried to strike right forward, out 30 yards out on the volley. Optimistic, to say at least. Sails miles over. Goal kick here for Bradford Back Avenue. Taking quickly to Lancaster on this near side. Lancaster out wide into Lucas Dunstan here. Under pressure from Bootroyd, who just wants to go at that shot. Sail miles over the bar. Lancaster into John Preston, who manages to win a throw in. Let's go back here to Jamie Spencer. Crossfield ball is a really decent one, but it's defended well. It's come here to Richmond, who's fouled by Fabandub, and it's a free kick in a decent position, crossing position. It's here for Back Avenue, although it's too far out to shoot, and it is sort of a decent enough angle where you can really cross the ball well. It'd be a brilliant free kick if Back Avenue can get a goal from this, which they need as we go into the 70th minute here. Long bottom takes it deep towards Richmond, and a flicked on by Ubizunu, and it will be a throw into Bradford Back Avenue, right next to corner flag. Preston drops the ball, leaves it for Reece Staunton, who's come over from the left hand side to take this throw in. Bradford Back Avenue pushed everybody up, and its throw was taken, and a bit of loose control from Dunstan, cleared by Dubout from the throw-in. Farsley have everyone back here, allowing Bradford Back Avenue to push all the men up, although they are open to a counter-attack here. Farsley are clever when they get the ball, if they get the ball back. Ball in, he's cleared away into Dub, and this is a decent position for a counter-attack, but Dub has failed to control the ball. If he could control the ball, he had two men up in support with him, but it'd have been a 3v3 in a really, really decent position to go and get a third that really seal this win. Ball is long, looking for Jacob Blythe, onside. Gets it back to Staunton, back in his left back position. Ball in towards Lucas Dunstan on the near side. He's cleared. It's come out to Jamie Spencer, whose strike deflected just wide. Corner ball. Jamie Spencer, it came to him in a really decent position in his strike. Took a slight deflection, ball spinning just wide, although there was a man on line, and the goalkeeper, Max Durnley, is down here, and he will be needing treatment. It will be Jamie Spencer who just had that shot go. Whistled just wide via a deflection. He stood over the ball. It will be a right-footed in-swinger, but he has got a man there if he wants to take it short. 72 minutes gone here at Horsfall Stadium. Bradford Back Avenue 0, Farsley Celtic 2. And the goalkeeper Max Durnley. It's some cause for concern for Russ Wilcox. He's still down, getting treatment. See if they have to make a second change at game and bring another goalkeeper on. It's quite a rare occurrence for a goalkeeper to have to be taken off, but he is up now. It's a relief for Farsley Celtic, and he looks in good enough shape to continue, and indeed he is going to. Jamie Spencer will take this corner. He's got a man with him if he wants to play it short. Ball in towards Blythe at near post. It's cleared. Well, as far as Doherty, but it is cleared fully, and for Bandub, he's looking to get onto the end of this along with Kian Scales, but he can't go onto it, and it goes out for a throw-in that was a slightly better ball, and Kian Scales would have been in there for his second and Farsley's third. As it is, the ball's with Back Avenue's goalkeeper into Will Lancaster. Slightly risky ball, it wasn't the best of balls from him. Lancaster does well under pressure from Luke Parkin, who we haven't really seen much of in the second half, who looked pretty bright in the first half. Sam Fielding now. Pass reaches Blythe through a deflection. No foul there. He goes down under pressure from Tom Allen. Referee said he won the ball there, the defender. And Parkin into Scales, looking to play it down the line where Christopher Atkinson made a really dangerous run, but it was cut out. You can just see here on this near side that Backham, you are going to make a second substitution. Farsley have the ball on this near side. Lewis Boutron is looking to play it down the line for Zuno. It's been out for a throw in, and the change will happen now. And it looks as though it's Jamie Spencer coming off for Harrison Hopper. And indeed it is. Jamie Spencer, formerly of Guiseley, just had that shot go wide. And he's not really had that much of an impact on the game. To be fair, not many Bradford Park Avenue players have, and if we're honest, neither of many of the Farsley Celtic players had a big impact on the game besides the 2 goal scorers, you'd say. Throw is taken into Sam Fielding now over to Reece Staunton. Right footed pass back to his goalkeeper, controls it well enough given the nature of the pass. Nice ball into midfield with Sam Fielding, who is tackled by Kean Scales. Skips past his man very well. The Bradford City Loney, Kean Scales running into the box, cuts back onto his left foot, takes a strike and it's blocked. It's frustrating, he had men up with him. Could have gone down the line and gone for a cross or tried elsewhere, but Thaban Dubas played a really nice ball back into him, but it's played away and it comes out here to Christopher Atkinson. Back to Scales. Bazzi's still looking threatening here. It is another corner for Farsley. Did really well to win that over there. Fifth at game for Farsley Celtic. And right now you'd say Farsley look the more likely to score, as we are into the last quarter of an hour here. Bobby Johnson has gone over to take this corner. Right-footed outswinger on the far side. Ball is in towards Sayers and Allen. It's headed back across goal. Wizuno is up for it. It's cleared by Harrison Hopper. His first real involvement in game. Decent clearance. Luke Parkin with a really nice pass back out to Bobby Johnson, who just about keeps it in. Back onto his left foot. Gives it back to Kean Scales into Parkin. Gives it away. That's a poor pass. And Will Longbottom, he's got a lot of space to run into now. He's got 2 men up with him in John and Preston and Jacob Blythe. Finds Preston. Slight miscontrol, but he's still on ball. He's got Lucas Dunstan in support here, but he manages to find Lucas Dunstan really well, actually. And the ball in towards Blythe. Really good save. Max Durnley with only really his second and third involvement in the match as far as the save is concerned. It's a really good save. Dunstan and John Preston worked it really nicely on this near side. Lovely little reverse pass from Preston into Dunstan. Ball in towards the near post. Header flicked on and cleared in the corner. Comes in and it's headed on the way for a throw in here for Dunstan into John Preston here on the near side. For Dunstan again into Harrison Hopper. The most recent substitution for Bradford Park Avenue. He's just given the ball away into Bobby Johnson. It's come to Luke Parkin, into Christopher Atkinson. Bombing his way down the left wing. He's not really got many people up in support with him. Gets it back here to Kean Scales. Beats his man well, and will he keep it in? He will. He pulls it back. No one was really there, and it came out all the way through to Lewis Turner, whose strike was deflected, and it came through to the goalie, and it's taken quickly, which is a shame. And Reece Staunton has to make a tackle, and it's a throw-in for Farsley. And it looks like, well, it will be another substitution for Bradford Park Avenue. Eddie Church is going to come on. He's going to replace Brad Dockett, who has had a pretty quiet second half. He looked bright in that first half, but he has had a quiet second half. We'll have to wait and see if Eddie Church can have much of an impact. 12 minutes to go. Bradford Park Avenue 0, Farsley Celtic 2. Throwing for Farsley over on the far side on the halfway line. Taken along down the line into Kean Scales, who controls it well and beats his man. This was well do, turning out away from trouble, but his passes are poor. Blythe has to tip it out for throwing to Farsley Celtic. It's been a disappointing game as far as Bradford are concerned. They haven't really, well, they've been nowhere near their best. They haven't really threatened besides a couple of opportunities for Jacob Blythe and one for Jamie Spencer. Bobby Johnson now forward to Luke Parkin into do. Really nice pass into Upuzuno. Tackled, and John Preston comes away with the ball. He finds Jacob Blythe here after a deflection. Blythe on this near side. He's got Will Longbottom in support. His pass is pretty poor, and Bruce Bootroy did really well there. Managed to get the tackling and win a throw in as we approach the final 10 minutes here at the Horsfall Stadium. Throw-in needs to be taken by Bootroyd on this near side. Gets it to Luke Parkin. Back to Bootroyd, who goes long. Lancaster threads it back to his goalkeeper, who will go long. Blythe putting his defender under pressure, but in the end, Tom Rowland just leaves it for it to go through to Max Durnley. Durnley will take his time. Honestly, no rush. Yeah. In the end, he's able to get all the way up to his opposite number. George Sykes Fenworthy into Lancaster into Will Lombard. Simon Richmond finding Lancaster again. Ball forward into Preston. Nice little layoff into on bottom. Lovely one too. Preston is in a decent place here, and his cross is easily saved by Durnley. Shame John Preston was in a decent position. Tried to pull it back in the end. Wasn't able to pull it back very well. Max Durnley cleans up easily. Goes along looking for Luke Parkin. Had a flick on looking for Upuzuno. And it's gone for a throw in for Bradford Park Avenue on this near side. Long. Second. It's gone long and it's headed away by David Southgate. It's come through for the field and he goes long looking for Eddie Church, who hasn't really had any involvement since coming on. Harrison Hopper here, under pressure from Thabang Doob. It's come out to Will Lancaster on this near side. 82nd minute. Bradford 0. Farsley Celtic 2. Will Longbottom now playing the infield into Preston. Lovely little touch to get away from his man, and the strike just wide. The advantage was played by the referee, and he's brought it back for a free kick in a really dangerous position here. Just on the edge of the box, in the D on the edge of the box here. Preston did really nice to get away from his man. Lovely little touch. Got away from his man, but then was fouled. Managed to keep going, and his strike sailed wide and over. So we'll be happy and relieved to see it get pulled back for a free kick here. In a decent position. Although it is a difficult one, that it is so close to goal. It will be really difficult for Will Longbottom, who you'd think would take it. He's been on most set pieces so far today. He did very well to get this up the wall, over the wall, and down. Below the crossbar. Will Longbottom leaves it in the end, and the strike from Blythe blocked by the wall, and it's cleared up into Luke Parkin, who does really want to control it. And finds Thabang Doob. He's got Kean Scales up in support with him. Thabang Doob is in, and he's missed it. Massive opportunity. That should be 3-0. Thabang Doob will be really disappointed there, and it's a goal kick that's taken quickly. And Bradford will be looking to counter attack. 7 minutes ago, they need a goal really to get back into it. Ball into his back post of Blythe. Can he get his foot over it? No, he can't. And it's gone out for a goal kick. 2 opportunities within a minute. Both really should have been taken. The first one, Thabang Doob worked really nice with Luke Parker and did really well to get control of it over on the far side on the counter. Finding for Bandu. It was a 2-on-2. He had Kean Scales up in support with him. Went solo. Didn't even get it on target. And then a quick counter attack. Crossfield ball across to the back post where Jacob Blythe was waiting. Bouncing just before him, to be fair. Wasn't able to get his foot over the ball and it sailed wide. As Bradford Park Avenue now have a free kick on the halfway line. Lancaster now working his way into midfield, out wide onto Will Longbottom here. Back to Lancaster. Looks to clip it in towards Blythe and it's cleared. Not very far. It's come through to starting on the far side. Decent ball in. Header flicked on. It's come through to Will Longbottom. Here on the half volley, he'll be really disappointed there. Maybe he should have gone with his head. Went with his foot, his left foot, which has been decent so far today. But it failed really to get over the ball. Similarly to Blythe, didn't get over it and sailed miles wide. Another goal kick for Farsley. Goal kick goes on from Max Durnley. It's all the way to George Sykes. Who again goes low. Cleared by Lewis Bootroy. Nice touch on Ubezueno into Park. It's come back to Parking in. Gets it infield into Christopher Atkinson. Shouts to shoot from the Farsley fans. Ignored as far as Atkinson is concerned. Kean Scales now on the far side. The pass offside, says the linesman on that far side. He's in a very good position to deem it offside or onside. Bradford Park Avenue free kick taken quickly. It's now Harrison Hopper, who, like Preston and Eddie Church, has failed to really make an impact on the game since coming on, unfortunately. Ball came all the way through there for David Sizer, who's clear and skewed out for a throw-in for Bradford Park Avenue in a decent position. Back to Harrison Hopper. Looking for Preston Hopper again. Into Sam Fielding. Over on the far side into Reece Staunton. Staunton looking to skip past Kean Scales. Wins a corner. 3 minutes to go, plus whatever's added on. Bradford Park Avenue really need a goal now if they're to stay in this game or have any chance of getting back into this game. Corner on the far side, left-footed outswinger. It's deep towards Eddie Church, who heads it back in, straight to Parkin, and the counter-attack could be on here. Parkin's crossfield ball. It's a 3v1 here. Kean Scales now, he's got Doob and Doob up in support with him. He finds him now. Bang Doob's ball in, comes all the way through, cleared just about. And Jacob Blythe is in support of Staunton. He managed to skip past a couple of men before winning a throw-in. His throw-in is wasted, but the referee will order him to retake it because there was a man stood right in front of him. Once again, on the counter-attack, Farsley looked dangerous, but should have done a lot better for Bang Doob there. Fed the ball from Kean Scales. He had Ubezueno up in support by that point. Bradford Park Avenue had got a lot of players back, and in the end it was cleared. Starting on the far side, takes the free kick in towards Blythe, and it's come all the way through. Surely a goal, and it is a goal. Bradford Park Avenue pull one back. Will Lancaster, not dealt with by the goalkeeper. It was a free kick over on the far side given. Whipped in. The keeper, Max Durnley, came out. He's had a decent game so far, Durnley, making a couple of decent stops. Came out and flapped it. It was unable to let the ball, it came to Lancaster, who just had an empty net to poke it in, and it is 2-1. We've got a minute and a half plus stoppage time. Back in it potentially, Bradford Park Avenue. And here they are coming forward again. They've won the ball back straight from kick of Lancaster. The goal scorer goes long. Header flicked on by Blythe into the hands of Max Durnley, who will hold on for dear life. 2-1 for Farsley Celtic. Durnley still with the ball in his hands, goes long. Looking for Parkin in the end. It's going to come through to Parkin, who's fouled in a decent position on edge of the box here. Ball was long from Max Durnley. Parkin failed to really get it under control, but it managed to come back to him, and he was fouled there by Sanfield in hand. It will be a free kick in a decent position, a bit further out than what the free kick Bobby Johnson scored from in that first half. As we find out, there's 3 minutes added on here at the end of this game. This sort of free kick also suits a left footer, but Bobby Johnson does look to be stood over it, one likely one to take it. Jacob Blythe has stayed forward here. Back on you. So the Van Dube and Bobby Johnson are stood over. It's two right footers. About 25 yards from goal, just right at the centre of the box. Will he go for a cross? He will go for a cross in the end. He was looking for Tom Allen, who slipped. It is cleared. We've tried under pressure there from Blythe. Has come to Wizunu. Down by the corner flag here. Van Dube initially did quite well, but Bradford can win the ball back to the goalkeeper, who clears it long, looking for Preston. Don't even challenge for that really. Simon Richmond now back to Reece Stone, goes on looking for Blythe, goes up for it, and there's appeals for a foul from the management from Bradford Park Avenue, and they have got a foul here now. We've got two players down here, which is going furious at referee James Westgate. The foul they initially wanted was on Jacob Blythe. He went up for it with challenging with Tom Allen. He won the ball, but it did drop free for a little pass to be played through, looking for Eddie Church. And then another foul was committed. The referee did give it. This is a very good position. Very, very similar to the one Bobby Johnson had at the end of that first half. Can they replicate what Bobby Johnson achieved in the 92nd minute? 3 minutes added on, just under two of them played. This would be some way to get an equaliser. It looks as though, well, they've piled everybody forward at Bradford Park Avenue, throwing the going for it at the end here. If they do score this, it would be penalties, no extra time. Referee blows his whistle. Free kick is taken straight into the wall. Sam Fielding was taking it straight into the wall, but it's still not played yet. It is played now from Farsley. All the way back to the goalkeeper here, under pressure. Goes long again, very poor clearance. It's come to Pack, his control was poor. Staunton beats him. Still time for him to get a goal in. Crossfield pass comes out to Luke Longbottom on this near side. Gets it back to Dunstan. Ball in is a decent one. It nearly came through to Eddie Church on the far side. It will come through again here. And the strike is just wide. Just wide from John Preston. Came through to him on the far side. Give him the ball and he went for it. Tried to curl it into this far right top corner from him. Sailed wide. And that should be that, you'd think. Bradford Park Avenue 1, Farsley Celtic 2. were 20 seconds over the 3 minutes that were added on at the end of this second half, at the end of this game. And I expect referee James Westgate to blow his whistle as this goal kick is taken by Max Durnley. Durnley does go along, looking for the bang do, and it's come through to Staunton, back to his goalkeeper. Referee still hasn't blown his whistle, and he doesn't look to be putting his whistle to his lips anytime soon. Ball goes along, headed away. It's come to Luke Parkin there, who came back from an offside position. Wilcox wanting the final whistle, pointing to his watch. It is a minute over the 3 that were added on, and he's not happy with it. Being absolutely furious if Bradford Park Avenue were to get an equaliser late in the day. The free kick was second into Preston, who's managed to control it, gets it back. Yeah, ball in is towards Harrison Hopper. It was header. Able to get good enough contact on it, and it is full time here. Bradford Park Avenue lose at home again. Farsley Celtic have made the short journey, and you say they were slightly better than Bradford Park Avenue, slightly deserving of the win. Bobby Johnson getting the first at the end of that first half, a wonderful free kick before Kean Scales, around the hour mark, was able to put a second onto the scoreboard. Will Lancaster getting what turned out to be no more than a consolation in the 89th minute. And that is that for Bradford Park Avenue's FA Trophy dreams for this season. Farsley Celtic will go on to the third round, which will be played on the 17th of December. I've been Jude Dufton, and thanks for joining me.